Not done with the wet weather just yet. Looks like it's going to be a stormy Thursday.
A wet winter storm causing some major issues around the county. I'll show you coming up.
Plus, how missing mother Maya Miliete is being honored this weekend, 2 years after her disappearance.
Local reaction to NFL player Damar Hamlin's collapse on the football field.
And how a smartwatch could save your life. The first-hand ordeal I went through with my son. CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now.
Flooding, damage, and wrecks on local freeways as another winter storm hits San Diego. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. We haven't seen anything yet. A more powerful storm is heading our way for the second part of the week. Tonight, we have team coverage. Our Shannon Handy will show us some of the problems this weather has already caused.
First, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis on what we can expect now and through the rest of the week. Carlene?
We are still holding on to those chances. So for tonight, you're still talking about some light showers out there. So taking a closer look, we've had some weak storm systems just sweeping through. So we're not talking about the brunt of the moisture for this week just yet. So some light shower activity, slippery roads. Please use caution. That will be the case all the way through Wednesday. That's the big message there. But we do have a much stronger storm system that does look to make its mark. That will be affecting us by Thursday. This is yet again another atmospheric river. The brunt of that moisture across the northern half of our state as it makes its way towards Southern California. Expect moderate to heavy rainfall on Thursday in the forecast. So we're looking at very likely rainfall in the forecast by Thursday, and then you're noticing those chances dropping down by the weekend as we finally get a chance to dry out before yet another storm system is set to move in by Tuesday. So don't put those umbrellas away just yet. We also have some alerts when it comes to that next storm system. But this storm has led to some issues over the county, all across the county. And Shannon Handy is live in Pacific Beach with more on that. Shannon?
Hi, Carlene. Yeah, we are on Garnett Avenue here in Pacific Beach, and there is some minor flooding in certain areas. We're seeing some people walk around with their hoods on, others with their umbrellas. But as you can tell right now, it's dry, no rain falling at the moment. But that was not the scene earlier today, not only here, but throughout the county, where we saw a lot of rain, which caused some major issues on our roadways. It was a traffic nightmare along the northbound lanes of Interstate 15 just north of the 8 Tuesday after this Amazon semi-truck jackknifed and crashed into the barrier. It happened around noon. At least one other vehicle was damaged. At one point, all lanes were blocked as crews investigated. Both drivers appeared to be okay. On the 15 South ramp to the 805 South, a more furniture truck overturned, blocking one of the lanes. Traffic there also slowed down until a tow truck arrived to remove it. Over in Scripps Ranch, a problem of a different kind. Around 4 a.m., this 60-foot eucalyptus tree came crashing down on top of a Honda Accord on Willow Creek and Old Grove Roads, cutting it in half.
I'm glad it's an old car.
The driver took it in stride, telling us he's grateful no one was hurt.
It's a good thing there's only one, and I'm glad it wasn't on any of the houses. So, if anything, they had to hit something. This is probably one of the better cars to hit, too.
The rain also led to some flooding, including in places like Fashion Valley, where the San Diego River often overflows during storms. Throughout the day, we saw scattered showers all over the county, with more rain on the way later this week. The mountains also seeing rain. This was the scene at the Laguna Mountain Lodge today. An employee there tells me the snow on the ground is from a previous storm, though it's been sprinkling today and they're hoping for more fresh snow soon. And as for that snow, we could see it as soon as within the next few days as another storm moves in, as Carlene talked about. Now, back to the rain. As always, I know we say this every time, but CHP really wants to warn drivers to take it slow and give yourself more time to get to your destination. Carlo?
Thanks, Shannon. And you can show us weather where you live. Share photos and videos on the CBS 8 app. Just go to the Near Me section at the bottom and click on the Share With Us button.
The NFL's Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin remains in critical condition tonight following a hit during Monday night's game against the Bengals. News of what happened sent the sports world into shock.
It's been followed by a growing wave of well wishes for the player. CBS 8's Rocio De La Fe joins us live with local reaction from former NFL players. Rocio?
Yeah, well, that's right. Pastor Miles McPherson and Willie Buchanan, both former NFL and San Diego Charger players, say what happened to Hamlin has left the entire sports community and NFL community devastated.
This is way bigger than football, so it was heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking. That's how Miles McPherson describes the moment he saw Bills safety Damar Hamlin fall to the ground after making a tackle during Monday's game against Cincinnati.
When things like this happen, we all kind of come back to earth and realize, wait a minute, it's just a game. We all our lives are very short.
McPherson, a former defensive back for the San Diego Chargers and Rock Church pastor in San Diego, says he was watching the game when Hamlin collapsed and says there was nothing unusual about the play before.
The hit that he was involved in was a vanilla hit. It was just a basic tackle. There was nothing. And he jumped up as evidence to that. He jumped up like it was no big deal because it wasn't. There's so much unknown about it. And I think a lot of guys will wait to see what's going to happen.
Former Chargers cornerback Willie Buchanan agrees.
You know, it was a basic routine tackle.
Buchanan and McPherson both suffered injuries during their NFL careers and say players are aware of the risk involved with the sport, but leave those thoughts the second they get on the field to focus on the game.
You don't even think about things like that when you're on the field. Are you just out there to play football?
We're playing the game as aggressively as we can to get the job done.
Hamlin remains in critical condition at the hospital. Buchanan and McPherson say they join the millions who have taken online to offer their prayers to Hamlin and wish him a full recovery.
Football's family. And there was a very strong bond in the football community from the pro level down to Pop Warner. Anybody involved, parents, staff, coaches, players. And you saw that last night.
It's the camaraderie that we have within ourselves. And us retired players, we feel the same way that the players were on the field, just like we had been there.
Now, since Hamlin's injury on the field last night, thousands of people have also donated to his Toy Drive Foundation, a foundation he created just 3 years ago with a simple goal of raising $2,500 for kids in need. Today, that foundation has now raised more than $5 million, and that goes to show just the volume of people who have been following his story and are wishing and praying tonight for a full recovery. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Rocio. And CBS 8's Jake Gariani and the entire CBS 8 sports family have been following Hamlin's story with heavy hearts.
Yeah, Jake joins us early tonight with what we are learning about what exactly happened on the field and also at the hospital, Jake.
Yeah, more information is slowly starting to come in, but we always want to get it right, right? So you never want to rush it, and people want answers, and we'll bring you what we have, but this is what we have for now, and that's all we have. And it's obviously been a jarring and tragic situation that essentially the entire country has now been following along with since last night. And again, we're slowly starting to gather more and more information about Damar Hamlin and his condition in the hospital. The latest information is mainly coming from Damar's uncle, Dorian Glenn, who is at the hospital, and he told CNN that not only did Damar need his heartbeat restored on the field last night in that Bengals-Bills game, but he needed it resuscitated again at the hospital. Hamlin's uncle also said that Damar is on a ventilator and flipped over on his stomach in the hospital to help with the blood in his lungs and to take the pressure off of his lungs so they don't have to work as hard, but that his breathing is making improvements for now. And Carlo, Marcella, sometimes I think we see these athletes on Sundays and we're worried about our fantasy teams or if our squad is going to get the win. You know, these guys get paid to entertain us, and it can often be lost in the big picture that these players are brothers, they're sons, and in Dorian Glenn's case, they're nephews.
We were in Pittsburgh watching it on TV, and his little brother was there with us. And when he seen his brother drop like that, and when I tell you I never seen him cry or scream like that, like we were trying to calm him down, like, yo, it's okay, you know, he'll gonna get back up, he'll be back in the game, you know, woo. Next thing you know, it's 10 minutes later, they're doing chest compressions. It's a half hour later, they still not playing yet. I'm like, yo, what's going on? What's wrong with my nephew? And then, like, when I say, like, now we were all in the room crying, man, we were all in tears, man. And I'm not a crier, but like I never cried so hard in my life, man. Just to know like my nephew basically died on the field and they brought him back to life. I mean, that's just heartbreaking.
And right there, it puts it all in perspective for you, Carlo and Marcella. And all you can do is hope and wait and see we get more information. Sometimes you see these guys and they're 24 years old and they're in perfect shape and perfect condition, and you think that they're invincible. and then stuff like this happens, and reality can hit very hard.
And basically, the entire league, it feels like, is on a pause right now, waiting from first word from doctors. We haven't heard anything today. We don't expect to hear anything until tomorrow.
Yeah, and not that it matters. The league said that the game won't be played this week, but they're just going to wait for more information. Right now, they said Week 18 will go on as scheduled, but I imagine that's a to-be-determined situation.
Right, thanks for the latest on DeMar.
Thanks, Jake.
Yeah.
And stay with CBS 8 for the very latest information as we get it. We will have all the DeMar Hamlin updates. We know that you are concerned about his welfare as well, his health. You can follow us on our social media pages, the CBS 8 app, and on our website at cbs8.com.
Still ahead tonight, the House adjourns for the day without a new speaker.
Plus, the feature on my Apple Watch that may have helped save my son's life.
And up next, 2 years after she vanished, how the family of Maya Miliete is honoring the missing mother this weekend.